Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to the Snug Wrestling Podcast. My name is Edgar. I'm the host. Monday Night Raw just took place, and one more Raw down that we can check off the list as we're getting closer and closer to WrestleMania. And we had a lot of setups for Mania on this episode of Raw. We saw AJ Lee and Becky Lynch make their match official. Dominik, Mysterio, and Finn Balor look like they're heading that way as well. Of course, we saw Roman Reigns and CM Punk at the very last segment. So we got a lot of interesting stuff to cover here tonight. And with me, like always, I got Toxic and I got Tommy in the building. What's good, fellas? How y'all feeling tonight?
I just completely forgot that I was not muted, so that's fun. But even though I didn't say anything, but I'm doing good. I watched Scream 7 today. It was pretty good. I don't get all the hate online. But other than that, the show was great. No complaints about it whatsoever. Maybe like a few here and there, but it was perfect for me.
Overall, Raw was great for me. It really was. Surprise, surprise to literally no one. Mania seems to be Raw coded. Once again, the majority of the matches that we have for WrestleMania are mostly coming from Raw. We're barely getting anything from SmackDown. So once again, WWE proves that their main show they want you to watch is not SmackDown. It is Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I like that movie too, Toxic. Scream 7. I'm with you on that one. I liked it. I'm a fan of the Scream series, but a lot of people hate on it, but not me. But no, you're right, Tommy. Because what the only match right now that we got coming out of SmackDown for WrestleMania is Cody versus Randy that I can think of off the top of my head right now.
We've
And
Don't
got
forget
besides,
Jade
two
versus
from
Rhea.
SmackDown, that being Cody and Randy, and then we've got Rhea and Jade.
oh,
But
that's
that's
right.
it.
So, and then tonight we saw Lesnar and Oba Femi set up their match. Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, and obviously Roman and Punk. So far we got officially 5 matches set, right? I think it's safe to say officially. But we still got a few more weeks, at least 4 more weeks left. That leaves us what, 8 shows, 4 Raw, for 4 SmackDown episodes before WrestleMania. So there's plenty of time. I feel like we'll see what matches they end up adding. I think Dom and Finn is another one too that's going to be added for WrestleMania. But first, we saw the Beast Brock Lesnar kicked off the show on Monday Night Raw with Paul Heyman. And Brock Lesnar's pissed off, right? Because of what happened last week. Brock Lesnar got embarrassed by the ruler Oba Femi after they picked him up. Oba Femi picked up Brock Lesnar for that big body slam. But Paul Heyman cut the promo explaining the situation and what happened and basically made a bunch of excuses for Brock Lesnar. Well, right before that happened, Brock Lesnar beat up a group of masked men single handedly. Seth Rollins distracted Brock Lesnar, and Oba Femi took advantage of Lesnar. And out comes Oba Femi, and then Brock and Oba go face to face once again. And Oba Femi got the better of Brock Lesnar again. For the second week in a row, Oba Femi humiliated Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar tried to pick up Oba for a F5. Oba counters, clothesline Brock Lesnar over the top rope. So now, Paul Heyman's excuses of last week got thrown out the window because this time there was no distraction. There were no masked men. It was just Oba Femi overpowered and got the best of Brock Lesnar tonight on Monday Night Raw. But I love how they're doing this. I love how they're building up Oba Femi. Because remember, we were kind of complaining about Oba Femi and his creative not that long ago because they were having him do these random squash matches. And then they had that match with Rusev. And then now he's working with Brock Lesnar, and now it's like, holy shit, this is fucking great, right? But what'd you guys think about this segment?
This segment, along with last week's segment with Brock and Oba, has kept me on the edge of my seat, and I feel that's what their match at Mania is gonna do, obviously, because I mean it's Brock and Oba. Just what the fuck else are you supposed to do? Just sit there and look bored? No. But I was on the edge of my seat because I didn't know what was gonna happen, obviously. Um, and I just find it interesting and question if Brock is going to be able to get Oba up in the match for an F5. I don't think he'll be able to do it, but probably just eventually. I don't know, but I'm excited to see this match, and I think that excitement's going to grow each and every week that we see them two interact in the ring, whether that be promo, beating the shit out of each other. I would like to see them have like a brawl backstage or something. That would be awesome. But I don't know. I'm just excited to see where this goes.
I am going to reiterate exactly what I said last week. When was the last time we have seen Brock Lesnar get taken out this damn easily? Yes, he was able to get Oba Femi up for that F5, even though he was not able to hit it. But when was the last time we've seen Brock Lesnar be taken out that quickly and that easily? It's been a hot minute since the last time that's happened. But what I found most interesting about this is the fact that we got 2 AEW mentions tonight. Dean Ambrose and Bobby Lashley were both brought up by Paul Heyman tonight in this segment. So I found that extremely interesting because of the fact that they're in AEW and will be in AEW for a while with no chance as of recently for a return. So why even bring them up?
Yeah, when Paul Heyman mentioned Dean Ambrose, I got a huge pop because there's a lot of fans that want to see Dean Ambrose back in the WWE. Me, not so much. I'm not one of those fans, but every fan's entitled to their opinion. And it just goes to show, man. It just goes. The reason that they brought this up is because they're trying to make a point that all of these names, right? All of these big names that supposedly were going to defeat Brock Lesnar didn't. You know, they mentioned Braun Strowman, who's also not part of the company anymore. And yeah, you're right, Tommy. When's the last time we've seen someone manhandle Brock Lesnar? It's been a while, and it doesn't happen very often. You know, just ask Kofi Kingston, you know. So I think that's why they brought it up because yes, it has happened. Yes, people have defeated Lesnar in the past, but it's really really rare, and you got to be someone really special, like Cody Rhodes. I think was one of the last people to actually defeat Brock Lesnar, right? And Brock Lesnar gave him the sign of respect at the end. I think it was SummerSlam, where Brock Lesnar shook Cody's hand. That doesn't happen all the time. That's a very few. And now it's Oba's turn to get that shine, to get that rub. It's going to be an interesting match at WrestleMania, but the big question is, how good is this match going to be? How is it going to look? Is it going to be a short, fast, typical Brock Lesnar match? Or is it going to be competitive? And is Oba Femi going to be able to do it, you know? I mean, I'm interested in this. It's going to be a dope match. We'll dive more into it when we do our WrestleMania predictions when we get there. But this is going to be fucking awesome, man. I can't wait for this. Is there anything else that we didn't mention when it comes to this segment before we move on? All right. Let's keep it moving then. Let's keep it moving and grooving. We had a tag team match. It was the for the WWE World Tag Team titles, the Usos, which
It was
They
not
haven't
a title
defended him.
match.
Non-title match. Okay. Are you sure about this?
Yes, next week is a title match.
Got you. Okay. So I thought it was a title match because we haven't seen the Usos carry around those belts on TV for a couple weeks now because they've been involved with CM Punk and, Roman Reigns and all that stuff. But this time they brought him out, so that's why I thought it was a tag team title match, but it wasn't. They faced Division, Logan Paul and Austin Theory. And it was a good tag team match. I mean, we got one of the greatest tag teams ever and the Usos thrown in there. You guys see what I did there? Anyway, it's always good to see Logan Paul and Austin Theory in the ring. I really like both of these guys. And they tried to cheat behind the referee's back. Logan Paul was going to use a brass knucks, but LA Knight had something to say about that. LA Knight's music hits, causing a distraction, and gets the brass knuckles away from Logan Paul, throws him to Jey Uso. And Jey Uso did both Austin Theory and Logan Paul dirty because Jey Uso, he has been overly pissed off the last few weeks thanks to Punk. And he pretty much took his anger out on Logan Paul and Austin Theory because he used those brass knuckles on both of the members of the Vision, causing the disqualification, giving the Vision the win. Jey Uso said, I don't give a damn. I'm going to use these brass knuckles in front of the referee because fuck it. Why not? But what'd you guys think, fellas?
This was one of the only minor complaints I have with this and it's not really even a complaint. It's just a why, like a question that like I'm questionable about it. Like, I don't know, like, why have the Usos disqualify themselves? I mean, no, I shouldn't say themselves. Why have Jay disqualify him and his brother? Because, I mean, they could have won clean, but it also makes sense because Jay is super fucking pissed. So, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see the match next week between the Vision and the Usos for the tag titles, which I don't think the Vision are getting them just yet, but we'll have to see and wait.
Why toxic? I'll tell you why. And we will get into that main event segment with CM Punk and Roman Reigns later on. But Jimmy Uso said it best during that, which is that Jey Uso is on a warpath right now. And it all started 2 weeks ago with CM Punk saying what he said about his dad, about Roman's dad. So naturally, Jay is pissed and is willing to disqualify himself in this match just to make a statement. That is why Jay did what he did at this point. It's because of the fact that he's so pissed that he wants to make a statement out of everyone he possibly can. So I say let him do it. This is going to end up being a massive thing for Jay, especially with the fact that people are kind of getting old with the yeeting stuff, at least in the IWC. At least in the IWC itself. A lot of people complain about it, even though it's very clear that in the audience, it's the complete other way around. But still, let him go on this warpath. I say, go for it.
Yeah, and I don't think that match has been made official yet for next week. Paul Heyman suggested a tag team title match, no DQ, and Adam Pearce said, I will consider it.
I don't mean to interrupt, but it was made official whenever, when they make matches official for next week, it was made official.
Oh, they showed the image for it or whatever? Okay, cool. Gotcha. All right. Well, then I stand corrected then. We're going to get a tag team title match next week, and that should be pretty interesting, I think. Just like this next segment, they made it official. AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Champion is going to go down at WrestleMania. I think we kind of all expected this one, but I'm glad that it's actually going to happen. Now we know for sure because I really enjoyed their match at what was it, the Elimination Chamber. So I'm down to see it again in the bigger stage of WrestleMania. Um, yeah, they had another great promo segment. I mean, I really liked the shit talking from AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. I got to be honest. As much as I don't really like Becky Lynch's promos a whole lot, AJ Lee is getting the better out of Becky Lynch, I feel like, because, man, Becky Lynch went from saying, you know what, I'm just so done with AJ Lee. My daughter the other day was singing her stupid song and skipping around the house. And it's, that's one of her favorite wrestlers. And I'm just sick and tired of AJ Lee. AJ Lee had some shit to say about that. I'm the best in my generation, your generation, and the future generation. I am probably going to be, I'm your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. But Becky Lynch, she had a few good points. She's pretty much, when it comes to WrestleMania, Becky Lynch is up there for getting the most wins. I feel like she usually comes out on top if memory serves. Becky Lynch has a pretty good record at WrestleMania. And last time AJ Lee was in WrestleMania, she never came back for like fucking 10 or 11 years later. So I like that they brought up all these great points, man, to really build up this match for these two. But how were you guys feeling after seeing this promo battle between Becky and AJ?
All right, my bad. Apparently my mic was muted, I think. I don't know. But the promo battle was great as always, but it always is between these two. But here's another one of my complaints. It's not really even a complaint. It's just like I felt like this was kind of the wrong decision, but the right at the same time. Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee at WrestleMania. I'm down to see it. But part of me feels like that we should have gotten a fatal four-way between these two, Maxine Dupree and Natalia or Natty or whatever the fuck you want to call her. Because I mean that just seems like a bigger match to me. But that just might be me and I'm just getting my hopes up. But I don't know, man. It just seems weird to me.
So I looked it up, and Becky does not have a winning record, at least right now. This was updated on April 25th of last year. She's currently 5-4 at Mania. So
5 victories
with
and 4
Becky
losses.
over here. Wait, no, 4-5. I'm a dumbass. My brain does not like to brain all the time, and I don't read shit correctly, apparently. So she
Okay.
is 4-5 at WrestleMania. So Becky Lynch is over here talking all this shit to AJ Lee, and girl, this does not look good for you. And what I love about tonight is the fact that that kid was not just brought up here. She was also brought up between Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. So that kid was brought up twice in one night, which I find real interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just thinking back at it, when it comes to Becky Lynch and WrestleMania, I mean, she's on WrestleMania a whole lot. That means she's been in 9 WrestleManias, which, I mean, that says a lot about Becky Lynch. It's a lot more than AJ Lee's WrestleMania record. That's for damn sure. I'm willing to bet. So, in that sense, I think just when it comes to just experience having matches at WrestleMania, Becky Lynch has that upper hand compared to AJ Lee. I think that's safe to say, right? But yeah, let's go on to the next match was Javon Evans versus Grayson Waller. There's a name that we don't really see a whole lot wrestle on Raw TV, right? On the main card or whatever. He's been with the New Day. Grayson Waller has been with the New Day, but he doesn't really wrestle a whole lot. He did tonight. That was dope. We got to see someone we don't see a whole lot. Kofi Kingston was ringside watching this thing because he's been trying to scout or ask Javon Evans to be a part of the New Day or something. I don't know. Kofi Kingston has some interest in Javon Evans. We don't know if Javon Evans is actually going to join Kofi Kingston or accept his invitation. But this match was a great showcasing of Javon Evans again. Grayson Waller is a great worker. Made Javon Evans look like $1 million. Javon Evans was being bouncy all over the place, and he got the win. 1, 2, 3. Another victory that Javon Evans can put under his belt, which I'm pretty sure you guys are all happy to see that, right?
Of course. Who isn't happy to see Javon Evans win, especially if it's someone like Grayson Waller. I mean, no offense to him, but I mean, just no one likes him unless your name is Snug, because apparently he likes everyone that no one does. So yeah, I don't know. I do know. It's always great seeing Javon wrestle, but I have to agree with, I don't remember who said it on commentary. One of them said that Javon is a future a future champion in WWE. I almost said WWE champion. No, he's not a future WWE champion, but he's a future champion, which I think that's got to be the Intercontinental Championship. There's just nothing else that it could possibly be. But the match was great. I love seeing Javon, like always. And I also liked Grayson's new attire, I guess you can call. I don't know how long he's been wrestling in like just not the shorts that or whatever you want to call it that he was, but I like Grayson's new wardrobe, I guess you could say.
Tox, I disagree with you there. I really do. Yes, Javon Evans is absolutely a future title holder, and he will hold the Intercontinental title at some point. I disagree on the fact that you're over here saying that he's not a future WWE champion. Because he is. I can tell you right now, he absolutely could hold the WWE title with ease.
Who?
Javon Evans.
Javon.
So, I say Javon at some point holds the WWE title. It just has to happen. It works. But this match, Javon did what he does best. He is bouncy. That is his entire thing, and it works for him perfectly, especially against Grayson Waller. Because Waller is also like super quick and all of that. So it makes him a good matchup for Javon Evans. And naturally, Javon beat the shit out of Grayson Waller, which is what should happen. Because Javon needs to be pushed, and he needs to be pushed hard. And that seems to be exactly what WWE is doing.
Seth Rollins got locked up. They won't let him out. He got locked up. Seth Rollins got put away by Boston PD for violating some restraining order or something like that Paul Heyman put on Seth Rollins that we just learned about tonight. Paul Heyman goes out to the middle of the ring because he requested this time to address Seth Rollins. And Paul Heyman was pretty much baiting Seth Rollins to come out. Look, I got no backup. Bronson Reed's out. Braun Breaker's out. Brock Lesnar left already because he's pissed off after what happened with Oba Femi. Austin Theory and Logan Paul got taken out by the brass knuckles by Jey Uso. I'm all alone, Seth. Come on out here, bro. I'm right here waiting. Seth Rollins comes out, and as soon as he comes out, Boston PD gets in the way. They take Seth Rollins, or they try to, at least the first time. But as the cops were escorting Seth Rollins out, Paul Heyman was talking so much shit. You're going to go to jail. Then you're going to go to prison. Then your wife is going to divorce you. And then your wife is going to marry every superstar in that locker room. And then CPS is going to take your child away. And I was like, God damn, Paul, take a chill pill, bro. Seth Rollins runs into the ring and swings at Paul Heyman, taking him out with one punch. But Seth Rollins gets taken away by Boston PD in handcuffs. And I thought this segment was a very, very, very entertaining. Paul Heyman seemed pretty happy, seemed pretty proud of himself. What'd you guys think about this?
This only leads to one thing and one thing only. A match at WrestleMania. And you're probably asking me, well, isn't Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, aren't they out? And then Logan Paul and Theory are probably going to be involved with the tag team titles. Well, yes. I didn't say Paul Heyman wasn't involved. Seth Rollins versus Paul Heyman at WrestleMania. Give it to us right now. I'm just kidding. But that would actually be kind of cool if that was like a gag match or something like that. But the segment was crazy. I was like, God damn, Paul. Just stop. But he's one of those people that he don't know how to shut his damn mouth. So I like the segment, but yeah, nothing really much.
Paul Heyman bit off more than he could chew, bringing up Becky and his kid. Plain and simple, he knew what would get under Seth's skin. And he knew saying the words, CPS is going to take your daughter away, was going to piss him off. And that is exactly what happened. But Toxic, I have a way that this could work out. Yes, Brock is currently dealing with Oba Femi. But who said that Seth has to deal with Paul Heyman? Need I remind you who Brock was going after first before Oba Femi came out and accepted that open challenge? He was face to face with Seth Rollins. Maybe this shit turns into a triple threat. You say no. I say imagine the star-studdedness just in that triple threat alone. Just imagine it.
Why would Oba and Seth be in the same match against each other?
Who said they were going to be going up against each other? For all we know, they could team up against Brock.
They're gonna have to. It's
Tommy, you said it was a triple threat.
Yes, triple threat. But still, just because of the fact that it's a triple threat does not mean that Seth and Oba have to beat the shit out of each other.
Tommy, let me provide you with an example here. Let me provide you with an example here. WrestleMania 40 triple threat match for the United States Championship. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul. They teamed up on Logan, but eventually they beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, someone has to win. But I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, right? I mean, this is leading to something. Paul Heyman did say Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker aren't coming back anytime soon. I don't believe that. I don't believe half the shit Paul Heyman says anyway. I think more than likely, I mean, I don't want to get into it because we're still a few weeks away, but like they can set something up like, oh, Seth Rollins versus Paul Heyman, for 5 minutes. Seth Rollins gets to get his hands on Paul Heyman for 5 minutes, and maybe that's when Braun Breaker comes back or something crazy like that. But all we know right now is that Seth Rollins is going to go out. He's going to go to jail, quote unquote. Paul Heyman believes that he has taken care of the problem for now, but there's got to be a loophole somewhere where Seth Rollins gets out or something like that, and something's got to give, man. They could also give Seth Rollins a tag team partner. I don't know. Royce Keys, maybe. And maybe they have a tag team match at Mania. Logan Paul versus Austin Theory, Royce Keys, and Seth Rollins. That could be Seth Rollins' next guy.
That is true. We haven't seen Royce Keys since Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing stuff that they're considering Royce Keys for different things. I think he was in one of the dark matches before the show tonight. Royce Keys wrestled Otis. So they're trying to prepare Royce Keys for something. But we don't know what that's going to be yet. But whatever it is, I think it's got to be something big, something like this. Seth Rollins is going to need some backup, man. Why not give him Royce Keys? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Anything can happen in the WWE, pal. Let's go with the next tag team match, women's tag team match. Lyra and Bayley defeated the Kabuki Warriors. Thoughts on this, fellas?
Man, it just felt like tag team match tonight. I don't know. I'm saying there was a lot of tag team matches tonight. The match was fine. I had no complaints about it, no wants to care about it. I did care about it, but I don't know. But I don't know how I'm just now figuring this out, even though it just became more clearer. But Lyra's entire role right now in the Bayley and Lyra thing is just to try and help Bayley get to WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure she don't even care about her own road to WrestleMania. She just cares if Bayley is going. That's what I get out of Lyra's character right now in this story. I don't think she minds if it's a tag match that she's in with Bayley or anything as long as Bayley gets to Mania. But I loved the match. Kind of not really. I don't know why I just said I loved it and I didn't care for it at the same time, but it was okay.
The match was fine at best for me. I completely forgot that Adam Pearce even announced this match to begin with until the Kabuki Warriors came out. That is just how I was with it. And that was my biggest problem is the fact that when it comes to the Kabuki Warriors, specifically with that and Lyra and Bayley, I forgot about this. This match went in one ear and out the other when it was announced yesterday. Plain and simple for me. I was iffy on it the entire time. Simply because of how forgettable Lyra and Bayley are as a tag team. I have been on the side of it this entire time, but at the same time, this is only leading to a breakup eventually. It has to. Because to me, Lyra is better off on her own.
iShow Speed was in Boston on this episode of WWE Monday Night Raw. And he was in a couple backstage segments where he got to rub shoulders with Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, Penta, and Danhausen, which I thought was pretty interesting. iShow Speed is a huge star, bro. Like, everyone knows who this guy is, right? So it was cool that these four WWE superstars got to be in the same segments as iShow Speed. Because even, my daughter knows who this guy is, iShow Speed. So I showed her the clip of him with Danhausen, and she got a nice little kick out of that. So yeah, this is a nice little way to introduce these four wrestlers to the I Show Speed fans, which I thought was pretty cool.
I don't know when this was, but remember, Randy Orton was training Speed to become a WWE wrestler, which I think the whole reason for him being here tonight is a lead up to his in-ring debut, which that sounds crazy. You're like, oh, I show Speed in wrestling. That sounds impossible. Well, look at Jelly Roll. Look at Logan Paul. Look at Bad Bunny. Look at all of those guys. They've been in the ring. They've put on absolute bangers of a match. And I think it's Speed's time because he's definitely has the credentials to be one of those wrestlers that you can say, oh, out of all the celebrity wrestlers that we've had, these few are the best ones that we've had. And I'm all for it. I know like a bunch of people disagree with celebrity guest wrestlers, but I don't. I love that they try to bring their audience or fandom or whatever you want to call it over to WWE so more people can like you get what I'm saying, right? But I like seeing Speed tonight. Unfortunately, he did get cursed, so let's see what that leads for him. And yeah.
Yeah, celebrities inside of a wrestling ring. Yes, please. We're getting Jelly Roll this Friday up against Kit Wilson. We've got Logan Paul already in there. And I will remind you, if this actually leads to a match of some sort against anyone, this would not be the first time he has taken a bump in WWE whatsoever. Because I'm going to remind you that back when Logan Paul was entering with the Prime bottle, he was one of the Prime bottles at one point. I Show Speed was, KSI was as well. So this would not be the first time that I Show Speed takes a bump in WWE. And with the fact that, as Toxic said, he was being trained with Randy Orton not too long ago, I say let him go at it. Let's see what this man can do in the ring.
Yeah, so I saw that what you're talking about, Toxic, that I Show Speed was in the Performance Center training with Randy Orton and stuff. And he actually had a match on NXT Dark. It wasn't a televised match, but it was just like a exhibition match with Anthony something. I can't remember his full name. It's actually, I believe it is Maxine Dupree's husband, who's an NXT wrestler. I can't remember his name. But anyway, I Show Speed has like this YouTube show where he takes on these challenges. Like, I'm going to train to become a pro football player in like 3 days. And he goes through the training. And yes,
Snug,
Tommy.
I've got the name you're thinking of. Anthony Luke.
Thank you. Yes. So I Show Speed wrestled Anthony Luke, but it was part of his YouTube show where he trained for a few days to become a WWE superstar. And they kind of just show you through like the different training, the different things that they do. I Show Speed is a fucking athlete, bro. Like, he is super fast. He was pretty impressive when he was doing this WWE stuff. So I would not be surprised if they have him do something at WrestleMania. I mean, it's WrestleMania season. It looks like they're going to bring him back again. I mean, why not? Put him on WrestleMania. I think it would be entertaining. Tom Brady is another one that I think we're going to be seeing at WrestleMania because everything that's been happening with Logan Paul and all the shit Tom Brady has been talking about WWE. I can see them doing something with that. We got Jelly Roll. So yeah, man, especially if they want to get those ticket sales up, the WWE is going to do. They're going to bring in anyone they can just to hype up WrestleMania. I even saw Sexy Red is going to be on NXT coming up pretty soon. I think tomorrow,
Next
actually.
Saturday at Stand and Deliver.
There you go. See, so yeah, they're doing their best, man, to get all the attention as possible. And so is Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer is looking to get her attention, or Liv Morgan's attention, apparently. Dominik Mysterio was making his way out to the ring, holding hands with his girly Liv Morgan, and Stephanie Vaquer jumped Liv Morgan from behind, and these two girls went at it like, man, this was a fucking cat fight if I haven't seen one ever before, dude. It was like, oh shit. Like, they were hitting each other hard, these two, man. This match between Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan, man, it's getting pretty heated, man. I gotta be honest. I'm liking this. I'm starting to like this. I'm liking where this is going. Liv Morgan is crazy, bro. Liv Morgan is psycho. She was over there yelling, scratching, clawing, pulling hair, biting, all kinds of shit. This was an entertaining fucking cat fight right here.
Yeah, I was completely confused. I didn't even see that it was Stephanie. I knew it was Stephanie, but just I couldn't tell that it was Stephanie. I'm like, who the fuck is this? But after I did, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Um, the entire cat fight thing, it was cool, but I don't know. Part of me just didn't care. I mean, especially after that demon screech that Liv Morgan did before they went off air, just oh my god, I didn't care for this, but I do care for their match at WrestleMania. So I guess this was just like a minor thing that I didn't really care for. So yeah.
The only big thing about this is the fact that this also got Dominik Mysterio off his game slightly, because all of this happened directly before Dominik Mysterio's match with Penta for that Intercontinental title. So that was about it for me. Is just the fact that this was a minor thing, just to hype up Mania just a little bit more. And that's it.
Then we had a Intercontinental Championship match, the rematch between Dominik Mysterio and Penta. It's good to see Dom back because there was reports saying that he was in concussion protocol after being busted open at the AAA show, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So when I saw that this match was announced, I was like, okay, well, that's good news. Dom's okay. He's good enough to wrestle. He's gonna get a rematch. But after what happened last couple of weeks ago, when the entire Judgment Day turned their back on Finn Balor, I think we all pretty much expected Finn Balor to show up to cost Dominik Mysterio this match, and that kind of did happen. Except Finn Balor just pretty much caused a distraction for Penta to take advantage and get the win 1-2-3. Yeah, I mean, this outcome makes sense, but when it comes to the match, I feel like we've seen Penta versus Dom millions of times. So it was just like, all right, we've seen this so many times. Let's just get to the point.
Yeah, the Dom versus Penta was a good match. I didn't see the need for it though, but I mean it's Dom. He thinks everything. Every time he loses, he needs a rematch. So that's that. But what happened? I want to say like after, like end to after of the match, it felt right to do. It was like, hey, let's get to the point. Because we all knew Finn Balor was coming out. But I want to say that we definitely are getting, excuse me, we are definitely getting Finn versus Dom at Mania because I'm pretty sure Finn pointed to the Mania sign when he was looking at Dom. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I would like to see it because last year at Mania, if you don't recall, Um, Dom pinned Finn. That rhymed. Dom pinned Finn to get the Intercontinental Championship. So I could see that happening at Mania between the two of them. And Finn finally getting his revenge on Dom.
Yeah, this conclusion was great for this match because we had a feeling the entire time that Penta was not losing that Intercontinental title. It is too soon for him to lose it. Plain and simple on that. But Balor taking out JD McDonough was a big thing for me because I'm like, holy shit. This man is getting to it and getting the job done quick. And that's a big thing for me. But Dom, you better prepare yourself because in 4 weeks' time, odds are it will be you and Finn Balor in the ring one-on-one. I wish you luck, bud.
All right, y'all. Roman Reigns and CM Punk, the final segment of the show. God damn, bro. This shit's getting intense. This is getting personal. This is getting kind of crazy, man. I mean, it came to the point where I was like, either these guys are just really good at what they do, or they really don't like each other. Like, after what we saw tonight, they really blurred the lines for me. Like, this shit got too real at some point, for me at least. So CM Punk comes out first, right? And on his way to the ring, Jimmy Uso's in Gorilla, and he warns CM Punk, hey, you better watch your mouth. You better not talk about the family while you go out there, while you're out there, right? So he's a little warning, but of course it's CM Punk, man. CM Punk, he's known to be a shit talker. He's known to push buttons. So Jimmy Uso telling him, hey, you better watch what you say. CM Punk is most likely going to do the complete opposite. And he did, man. He went out there and he addressed the comments Roman Reigns made last week, specifically the old comment. And he was like, yes, I'm old, but I feel good. You know, I embrace my age, unlike Roman, you know, and he called out Jay. He name dropped the Usos, he name dropped Jay, and he kept pushing those buttons. You know, Roman Reigns has his young boys doing his dirty work for him. The Usos can't do nothing without Roman. Roman can't do nothing without the Usos. And that, of course, pissed off and already pissed off Jey Uso. Jey Uso comes out hot. He gets in Punk's face. Jimmy Uso comes out to try to control the situation a little bit. And Jay says the magic words, I'm here, but Roman ain't. Where's Roman? Roman's music hits. And they start milking this thing, right? Roman Reigns is standing there, and he's just staring at Punk, mugging Punk, and here comes Adam Pearce. As soon as Adam Pearce came out, Jey Uso said, man, fuck this. If y'all not going to do nothing, then I'm going to do it. And just goes after CM Punk against Roman's orders. Roman did not want this to happen, but Jey does it. And Jey says, man, fuck that. Go get him, Roman. Smash him all. And he does, man. Roman Reigns goes after Punk, spears him, throws him against the corner post a couple times, and then gives him the damnest fucking powerbomb through the announce table. Like, he fucking put some extra stank on that, man. And he wasn't done there, man. He got on top of, Roman got on top of Punk, kept trash talking, punched him, lift him up by his collar. Roman Reigns straight up punked CM Punk tonight, man. This shit was fucking brutal. It was intense. It was personal. Woo! Crazy stuff we saw closing this episode of Raw, y'all.
I want to touch up on something that Snug said, that it's either they really hate each other or they're just damn good at what they do. And I feel like only the hating each other part applies to only one person, and that is Jay. I feel like Jay genuinely hates CM Punk. I mean, you can tell. You can tell he's like, I don't remember what he said at ringside. He's like, or no, not at ringside. Before he went to ringside, he's like, nah, fuck that shit or something like that. But you can just feel the genuine hate towards CM Punk. It's not even like he's trying to act. You can feel the hate radiating off of Jay. And seeing what Roman did to Punk, Roman laid more than hands on Punk, which both of them have assaulted each other, I guess you can say. I think this affects their match in a positive way for us, but a not so positive way for them. I feel like the way their match at WrestleMania is going to go is going to be a mix between Roman Reigns, like what I mean by how I feel it's going to go, like the vibe wise, and like the action and what happens. I feel like it's going to be a mix between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens when Kevin got hit with the golf cart, and John Cena versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. I feel like that's just how the match has to go, which in that case has to be street fight. It has to be street fight rules, which I would be completely down to see that. I mean, the way that this has gotten so personal, I could see a lot of Samoans getting involved. I mean, hell, like you could get Jacob Fatu involved with that. You could get the entire MFTs involved with that. I mean, just if remind you, Punk said not a single Samoan has looked at him with rage like they want to kill him. Not a single one. So I would feel like that's going to be a change at WrestleMania. But I don't know. I want this to be a street fight because of how personal it's gotten.
Hey, Tax, I've got an even better stipulation for you. Not a street fight, but a match type that we have not seen since WrestleMania 40. One that The Rock brought in. It's going to be Bloodline Rules. That's what I'm thinking. Like, come on. Imagine how big that would be under Bloodline Rules between these two. Just imagine how big that would be. But I will say this. Jay's not fucking around. He never has, and he absolutely never will. And that's what makes Jay so big for me. It's the fact that even when things get personal with him, he doesn't hold back. When he's pissed, good luck to whoever he's pissed at. Because just Punk bringing up Sika a couple weeks ago, that is what pissed Jay off. I wish him luck. Because this is going to be a messy road to WrestleMania for CM Punk.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, and another thing too that I noticed, and I thought this was kind of odd, that LA Knight told Jey Uso, "Hey, you need to chill out, bro. You starting to sound like Roman Reigns." And I'm like, didn't they say the same thing to Solo Sikoa on Friday Night SmackDown? I think Tama Tonga was like, "Hey, you're starting to sound like Roman Reigns." I was like, "Wait, what the fuck? What? Why do they say the same thing? You know, just a few days apart from each other." I don't think that was a coincidence. So I thought that was weird, but yeah, man, this was lovely, dude. It was a great way. Such great fucking acting from Roman, Punk, and Jay. Like, so believable, so fucking intense. It was just amazing, dude. I'm loving this, dog. But yeah, the whole bloodline rules thing, isn't that just a no DQ? It's like the same thing. Or what?
Yeah, it's just a no DQ match, but I mean, everyone how it is on, I'm only referencing 2K because that's how like it's only different. On 2K, it's like where other people can help in the match. That's basically how it is on 2K. But I mean, yeah, it's just a normal and Extreme Rules match. So
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's gonna be. I can't wait for WrestleMania. It's gonna be dope. But yeah, man, that's all the shenanigans that went down on Monday Night Raw tonight on the episode of March 23rd from the TD Garden. And we're getting closer and closer to Mania, fellas. It's crunch time, y'all. But we will be back again soon for NXT review this week with Tommy. That should be cool. And also Friday Night SmackDown later this week. So we will see you guys next time. Tommy, take us home.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the not Friday Night SmackDown. My brain sucks already. This has been the Monday Night Raw review for March 23rd of 2026. So, you can catch us every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for Monday Night Raw, NXT, Friday Night SmackDown, and on Thursday, you've got that one-on-one between our glorious leader, Snug, and Mr. Blood as well on TikTok Live. And mark your calendars for next Saturday as well, April 4th, as Snug and I will also be going through NXT Stand and Deliver as well. Also, go get your merch. That will be in the bio of every single one of our episodes, along with just this here. It is at teepublic.com/snug_wrestling. I repeat, that is teepublic.com/snug_wrestling. Hey, Blood, be back when you can, Oos. Hey, Tox, let's do it. That was one time for the one time. 4 letters.
4 letters.
1 word.
1 word.
Oh.
Yeet.
Yeet.